Hello, hello. I can't believe I finally figured out how to go live back on my phone. I just did a little bike ride. I jumped out of the shower and I'm checking to make sure that this is working on your end. So bear with me. I'm just gonna hop on over here. Let me just see. Da-da-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-da-dum. Yep. There I am. All right, I'm just gonna turn that off for a second. Hello, hi Judy. I was just looking over there. How are you? I'm glad to be back on Facebook Lives. Okay, so whether you're watching the replay or you're actually watching from YouTube later, I just want to let everybody know that Facebook has changed their group settings. So you can belong to a bunch of groups, and if they go live like I do from time to time, it deletes it in 30 days, where before it used to be there forever. And you can go and see old lives by going into the videos of any group you're in. So what I'm going to do is when I'm done with the live today, I'm going to save it on YouTube, and then I'll be able to share that link with you as well. And my YouTube is fun. I have all of these videos that I've made that I have to still put up there, but I'm trying to do like these 10-minute inspirational tip tricks. And hello, Christina. I feel like it's been forever. It was like I do some dumb blonde stuff sometimes. Like I couldn't go live for months and months and months. And then I finally Googled it and nothing was working except this one tip, which was to start typing. Don't ask me why. On my husband's phone, the live button shows up. So anyway, we found a way around it. And hi, Christina. And this is our year. This is our Bill's year. I'm just going to wait for blah, 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 blah. Wait a minute for everybody to hop on. I have flowers to show you. I'm going to do a really fun technique with you guys today that I have been putting on Instagram that I loved. Oh yeah, Judy, you did. I saw Judy watch one of my... So the funny thing about YouTube is that there is some old videos on there, which are a riot. Like, you know, it's always good though to have old videos on there. Hello, Lisa again. Lisa's hopping on. Lisa was just at my retreat. Okay, so I'll just start yapping and then I am going to flip us down and I do want to show you my flowers. So it's been a busy year. It's been an amazing year. I've had 2 retreats at my house already, and I have one more in August that's sold out. And these retreats are so filling me up with so much it's surreal for me, for me to teach at my house and see the transformation and the joy from my students or the guests. I'm going to call you guys guests because we're all just playing and having fun together. It's so amazing. And thank you, Lisa. And it makes me so happy. And it's like, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I just feel like I'm put on a certain path and I'm just going for it. Like I just go and I don't know where it's all going to be. I don't know where I'll be in 5 years. I don't know what I'll be doing, but I know I'll still be doing what I love more than anything, which is to really inspire people with just simple little creative things to make their life a little bit better. That's it. Because you know what? Nothing I teach is hard and too technical because I'm not that teacher. I realize I'm not the technical teacher ever. I'll be your fun teacher. Anyway, I'm heading to Ireland in 1 week. I cannot wait. Who knows? Now I figured out how to go live. Maybe I'll pop in here and do a live from Ireland. I'm flying to Dublin on a week from Monday. I'm spending 2 days in Dublin and 3 days in Galway. And then we head to Mulraney, which is the west coast of Ireland, for a retreat that I'm teaching for the first time at this one center that it looks like it's fabulous and spectacular, and I cannot wait. And there's, I think, 13 guests coming, and it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited because I was born in Ireland. It's a very special place for me. My sister just came back from Ireland and said that she cried leaving. She felt like she just belonged there. You got to go back. You got to go back. So I will be gone a lot of July. And I know that I promised another live Zoom class, which I am going to do, but it might be in August because I can't get my act together that fast to get a class and promote it and everything while I'm gone. So it's coming. Don't worry. I love the summer blossoms bloom. I already changed the name. I loved the summer bloom class. It was probably my favorite. And I just need to keep making more of those for you guys because, again, it's not really about even teaching anything as much as you carving out 2 hours for yourself on a Saturday to just play with your art supplies in a group with other people, whether your camera's on or not. Those are like the best. Those are the best kind of classes, I think. So anyway, just a little notice before I start showing my flowers. I did another dumb thing on Thursday. So I was trying to, tech things are so frustrating for me. Hello, Karen. Okay, so I actually went in the back end of my own website and tried to fix something and made it worse. And my site was down for like a day. And so I got a lot of emails about my website being down and my classes being down. It's all back up and running. Okay, so it's all back up and running. It was 24 hours. It was a total headache. It was all my fault. I got it fixed. I had to call 2 different companies that host my classes. Okay, so here's the thing though. Sometimes people who have iPads, all right, iPads are one problem sometimes. Firewalls from like a work computer or antivirus software. Those 3 things can sometimes make my classes not appear and it will say like unsafe. So all you got to do is email me because I have a list of 4 steps that you can go through. And always the one that is the fastest and easiest one to figure out if it is actually an internet problem is to go off your Wi-Fi or to try it not in your house because so many home internet browsers have set up antivirus and have set up these safety walls and are blocking me. It's such a bummer. But you know, I work for myself and I try to run a business and it was such a bummer that happened. And it was sort of, it turned into like the snowball effect. So anyway, we're back and running. I appreciate all of your patience with me because it's not fun when you want to go take my class and it's not there. But everything should be back and running. And again, if you ever have a problem, check those things or even from somebody else. But for some reason, antivirus software thinks that I'm a criminal and dangerous, and it's such a bummer. So anyway, all right, happy June. It's beautiful. It's going to be sunny soon. It's foggy right now, but it's been a beautiful month. I want to show you some stuff. Okay, first of all, I have some of my dahlias have just popped up. And if you've been following me for a while, you know I love my dahlias. So I'm going to actually do a little lesson with this red one today. So these 2 are just so beautiful. I just love this red one. It's so big. And there's a lot of crows at my house. Can you hear them all yapping? Okay, then I wanted to ask all of my flower people out there. Okay, here's my these are the flowers I picked this morning from my dahlia patch. I have a dahlia patch. Aren't they so beautiful? And this is in the bowl that I made in an art retreat last year in Italy, and I love it. But here are my dahlias. Okay, so here's my question. Look how pretty they are. All right, here's my question. Okay. This is the first year that I've done 3 things. I left them in the ground, I forgot to pinch them back, and watering them more. And I am so bummed, but this whole entire season, you can't tell, but every one of these is loaded with bugs, loaded with earwigs. They are eating like all the leaves. I don't know if you can see this on the outside. You might not be able to. They're eating everything, and they're eating the buds. Oh, like here's one right here. That guy is not my friend. And I just gave him a big kick. I just gave him a kick in the pants. Okay, look at the back of these dahlias. They're just not happy. So anyway, I got on like every one of them is chewed. It's so sad. And so, yes, those are all dahlias, Valerie, and they are all different. And I have 27 variety, or no, like 24 different ones at my house because I'm crazy. So this is the first year I've ever had a massive problem with them. I happened to be on Instagram last night, and there's a woman I follow named Dahlia Beach. That's her site. And she has a dahlia farm in England, and she was literally crying on camera because she has the exact same problem I have. So I saw her post this morning, and she is doing two things, and I'm like, haha, that could be what I need to do. So let me know if you think of something else. Okay, so she is going to cut back on her watering, and she also, like I did over the winter, we put straw down as a mulch. And I guess the straw down over winter, and having the straw there is like earwig bug growth mode or something. And then she's cut all of her dahlias down. And so I went and I cut a lot of my dahlias down this morning. Such a bummer. All right, let me know. Look at these though. I want to show you these too. All right, so these little sweet things are poppies. Look how big they are. They're so big. These poppies grow wild in my garden, and they're huge. It's like a 15-foot by 15-foot bush. And they smell like popcorn. And they are all over the coast of California where I am. Like, I don't know. I think you have to be like maybe a certain climate, but they are a type of a poppy, and they're so beautiful. And I also really love just even sketching like these, like the little pods. And then the nasturtium are going up the side of my studio. And I know they're so big. And then this one, I can't remember the name of this one ever, but that one is growing too. And then I have one more to show you. And then I'm gonna put my camera down and we'll do a little fun lesson. Look at this guy. This is a rose so I have all these fancy roses, and then this is, oh, thanks, Suze, that's exactly what they are called. This is a rose that my husband bought me at Home Depot. And it is beautiful. I can't even believe it. It is beautiful, and it smells great, and I'm like, why do I need fancy roses? So, all right, those are my flowers I had to show, because if you are just joining me for the first time, you might know that I love roses and flowers and love showing them. Okay, so besides being obsessed with my flowers, this time of the year, I have been sketching like crazy. I have been doing a ton of sketches. I have a sketchbook club where we do a lot of this. I also try to sketch daily just because I need to be like a good steward of my club and try to encourage everybody to have a little time to do it. But what I have found that I've been really, really liking is sketching flowers. And if you guys were in my Summer Blooms class, I think we did this in the beginning too, but I wanted to do it again for those of you who were not there, and it's just always fun to do. So think about it. If you have like 10 or 15 minutes, this is something you can do on any type of paper, like scrap paper, vintage books, in your sketchbook, in your art journal, anywhere. Like you can do this anywhere. You could do this in the kitchen. You can just have a little basket of your supplies of just the things. I'm using some Tombow markers today, and I'm also using some water and a brush, okay? And maybe I'll throw some paint in, who knows? But Tombows I love. And so, oh, here's the cap. I was looking for the cap for this guy. Look what I did. I'm like, I can't lose my marker. I was using it the other day, so I put a little plastic wrap over there to save that guy. So you don't want these to run out. Okay, somebody was just asking me online yesterday, are these my favorite, and are there any other types of brands of Tombows or something like that? So I do believe there's tons of brands of a water-based marker. And I know Jane Davenport has a brand. A lot of these markers are made, and then they're private labeled. Like you might find the exact same marker on it with a different label. And I just wanted to let you know that there are tons I, of course, have my favorite colors. I'm going to be doing a little video on YouTube about what I'm bringing to Ireland because they are definitely coming with me, probably in like greens, greens and blues. Anyway, so I love that. I love adding water, but then yesterday, let me see if I can find it. Oh, wait, where did I did a couple yesterday, and let me show you. I did this one. I posted this one online. This is what I was talking about. Like, so most of this is done with Tombows, and then I added some paint. And then what I also love is that it can dry, and then you can add your Signo ball pen on top of it. So that's really fun. All right, so I'm gonna just flip our camera around. And if you're here chatting with me today, then grab a marker, even if it's not waterproof, who cares? It could be a black marker, doesn't matter. This is just fun to do. And I'm gonna actually use one of my Dahlias. I think I'm gonna do this one because it's so pretty. And I love it. It's so fun. And any of those nasty bugs, I'm gonna have to kick them out. Okay. Funny thing is though, when I have it down for you, for us, it's gonna look funny. All right, we'll figure it out. All right, so hold on. I'm gonna flip us around. Let's see if I remember how to flip us. Okay, I am. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I have. Oh, this could be tricky. Me keeping this upright. All right, so hold on. I'm gonna get myself sorted right here. I have a sketchbook to play in. This is one, my tripod's getting old. I think I might have to reinvest. It's not holding. Hold on. We're not holding ourselves up quite right. There we go. Good enough. I know it's not perfect. Let me see if I can fix it. Oh, I could fix it. Hold on. I'm gonna do some. There we go. Oh, I love it when things work out. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of Tombows here. You don't need all those, doesn't even matter. And what I wanted to show you is like, this is another one I did the other day. I did this one, and then I did a bigger one in my sketchbook club. But this one is just strawberries that I did the Tombow marker with, and then colored them in with water with Signo, and it was really fun. It's just a different tool. I want you to think like when you sketch, think about what kind of tool can I sketch with? You know, it could be anything. And we're just gonna play around. I actually might use, I think I'm gonna use a different, should I use this book? I'll use this book. I have a couple different books, but you may not see my flowers. All right, I'm contemplating on this. Oh, we'll just put it like this. I think that's good enough. It's good enough for this exercise. All right, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, I just wanted you to see how fun this is. I'm gonna take a marker and I'm gonna go with a red marker. And I'm gonna use the nib side, that's more of a marker and not the brush. Okay, and all I'm doing is, now you see it a tiny bit different than me, so I have a little different vantage, but what I'm gonna do is a contour sketch, which is, I'm not gonna pull my pen off the paper. I also usually time these, but I'm not gonna really be too strict on that. So I get usually started in the center. And so I use the Tombow, and all I do is I keep looking. There's different ways to do these sketches, so you can do them any way you want. Some people just look at their paper and they do a blind contour. Some people use a different hand, their other hand, not a different hand. But I right now am just going around my petals, starting in the middle, and I'm not taking my Tombow pen, whatever pen you have, off my page. And this is just very kind of therapeutic. I like using the markers right now because the arthritis in my hand's been bothering me, so the markers are a little bit bigger, so it's easier for me to grip. And I'm just going around and around. Now, sometimes in my lessons, I will time this. I will say, let's just do this in a minute, or let's just do this in 2 minutes. And the only reason I do that is because I think that sometimes we get really tight with our pencils and our pens, and it just kind of loosens us up a little bit. And so as I go around and around, not taking my pen off the page, I'm just observing some of these petals. They're really beautiful. I'm not trying to get it to be exactly like it. This is not a realistic drawing. This is more of just a whimsical sketch. I've noticed how the outer leaves are a lot more orange and stripes even. So I'll be thinking about that as I go around here. Okay, so I'm yapping away, and I want to make sure I don't go around too many times. I'm almost done here. If you ever do these sketches and you need to get to the other side of, let's say, your flower, you just take your pen and you take it for a walk and you go find that starting point again. You don't take your pen off the paper. What's really fun about this too is when you are finished. Okay, so I think I'm good with my contour sketch. So when you're finished with your sketch, there's some really fun things you can do, which is color in all the, there's a name for this. You guys can help me out. It's a type of a brain art exercise, but you could go in and color in all of these shapes and taking this flower and breaking it down. And it's not so much about a flower anymore, but you can go in and just have fun with your colors and spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes in a more of a mindful practice to do that. You can leave it as is and use it for fodder for your, or ephemera for your art journals and cut it up into things. You can do anything. What I like to do is when I'm done with my Tombow, I'm going to go in and add a few colors to it. And you're going to see that I'm going to add it really kind of loose. So here's some orange. And you see how I'm kind of just roughly putting it in? So what I was talking about before is you could go in and color in all these little beautiful areas. Now, because it's summer and I'm so excited about all my flowers, I've been doing this a lot with flowers, but you can certainly do this type of work with something else. In my club this week, we're going to be doing really cool art supplies and sketching those. All right, so now I'm going to add a little bit of this color of the yellow. And if anybody wants to join me for my sketchbook club too, you can just email me or write a comment in this group and I'll send you the link directly, but it's really fun. It's one of my favorite things. I haven't really launched it too much since I started it, and I will this fall. And I'll probably do like a sketchbook week and stuff like that. But oh man, I've been traveling so much, which is a good thing, that I haven't had a ton of time. All right, so now I'm just adding different Tombows. It's like fire. And if you know me, you know these aren't like my favorite colors, but we're going for it. I'm actually trying to do this flower a little bit whimsical and a little bit realistic in the colors. Okay, so I've added that, and now I want to go in and put some of this red. And again, I'm not trying to make it really, really neat. Now you can make yours neat. Don't worry about it. I just want to add some of this color. I do like the Tombows. I have had some knockoffs I haven't liked as much, but I haven't tried them all. I will definitely be taking quite a few colors with me to Ireland. Okay. We can add more, but right now that's all I'm going to add. And I have some water here, And I'm gonna grab a brush. Doesn't really matter what size brush you have. Let's see what I got here. Oh, I can even do the little, I made this. My PT person told me to do this, so that's kind of fun. I don't know what number this is. It's probably like a 6 or a 7. Now this is where the fun is for this type of little exercise. Okay, look how beautiful it's going to get. The colors are going to blend, and it's just like dreamy watercolors. So I go gently, as rough as I was with my marker, I go gently and I smush it around. I smush, smush, smush like that. And then I'll get some more water on my brush. If you were doing this and you had, let's say, some browns and some dark blues, and you wanted to do some blending, just make sure your brush is clean. You know, every once in a while, just go in and wipe your brush down so you can do some really pretty blending. And so the Tombows become watercolor. And they also, what they also do, which I love, look at that. Oh my God. If you guys are sitting here with me right now, you may not see it over a Facebook camera, but I'm just letting the water pool in with this color, and it will dry the most beautiful effect. Just like take your water, and don't be afraid of water. Like take the water and let the colors blend, and they're going to do what they want to do. You can't really control it. I mean, you don't want it to be sopping wet, but I find sometimes my students don't use enough water to really make that bloom effect. And so what a bloom is when that paint dries in a few minutes. It's not going to take too long. It will dry in this really kind of cool color, and it will just have all of these beautiful outlines, like little tiny water. It's hard to explain. I'm not very good at explaining it. You just have to trust me and try it. But it's not a bad thing to have it on your paper. It's just that you may not understand it's going to happen, and some people get impatient and just want to paint, paint, paint. But let it dry and then go back and look and see what it looks like. It's one of the reasons why I love to paint in layers when I'm doing watercolor, because if I let it dry, sometimes it's so beautiful. I just only need to add a few little bits here and there. So on one of my little reels I was doing this week, sorry, I was just looking at all this paint, is I also then added watercolor on top of this. So in some sections, maybe you want to go take some of your watercolors and add it. That's up to you. You can use watercolors and Tombows together. It's a really fun thing. I mean, by the time we're done with this flower, maybe the whole thing would have taken 20 minutes. You could use a smaller brush too. One of the girls came to the retreat with like a number 18 big I think it was a filbert brush, and it was so good. I'm like, oh, I need to get that, and I need to take it with me. We had a lot of laughs over all the art supplies that we love and hoard. And what's really fun too is that we got to really like share other people's art supplies, and you can kind of then see what you like. You know, there was some really cool things I've never even heard of. Some of the girls had some really awesome art supplies. So I need to add to my collection. So at this point, I'm really not looking at my Dahlia as much, you know, to the left of me, because now it's just playtime. Now it's just total play. If you want anything to be white, I just leave it white. And then when this is dry, I'll probably take a heat dry because I have one more step that I love to do, and I just want to show you. All right, so now while I'm doing this, you guys put in the comments if you are being creative this summer, if it's been hard for you, if you've been able to do some sketches during the week. I would love to know. I would love to know. And if you haven't, don't be bummed at yourself. Sometimes it's just the time of the year. It's very busy. There's a lot going on. But I have found if you can just carve out that time for yourself each day, 20 minutes, that's all you need. And I know I'm a broken record on it, but that is how my life got changed for the better. And I just feel like since I've been, I don't know, 50, I've just been like so less stressed on stuff. And it's all because I think of all of my art. And doing what I love to do really helps, right? Okay, so I'm gonna leave that, and I'm gonna take my, can I even reach it? I'm gonna take my little Ranger. I might have to move it for 1 second because, so one thing, the next step, you really need to make sure it's dry. So let me just go, okay, take a stretch, go take a little stretch. And I'm just gonna try this real quick, take me 1 second. The extension cord is not near my desk. Oh my gosh, if you could see how beautiful this is. And I can't take a photo because my phone is what we're doing the Facebook Live on. I'm just drying it. Let's see, can you see all of the different kind of colors? See? So pretty. All right, so let me put this here, back here. If anybody was using it, I apologize. All right, so now what I do is, this is the other tool that I love, and I did not put this on my post the other day, and I got a lot of questions about it. This is a Uniball Signo, and it's one of my favorite little tools, and I will definitely take some of this with me. So now I have my dry watercolory Dahlia, and so there's so many things that we can do now. We could leave it the way it is. You could also use this in your collage. If you had done it on paper, you could do this whole thing on old vintage paper, music sheets. Think of all the possibilities like we did in the Summer Blooms class. But now what I want to do is add, I don't have my bad habit of putting it on my hand. Hold on. Look, that says hi. I don't know why it says hi, but it does. So with the Signo, sometimes you need to really kind of like move it around a little bit to kind of get it going. Some people say it's heat. That's why I had it on my hand sometime. And then I'll go in and I'll just kind of pull out some of these petals, you know, just a little bit. I don't do like every single thing, but I go back to that contour sketch and kind of go around and see how the white, sometimes it's just not as smooth as like a micron. However, I feel like it's the whitest white. And then I'll just go around some of these very, very loose and not really caring so much if it's exact. You could also do this with a paint pen. You could do this with a micron. You could do this with so many different ways. Okay, you can really go into details. But again, like what time is it now? 20 minutes, right? 20 minutes. I should start a club called the 20-minute club. Actually, in our sketchbook club, we have 20-minute tea time, where we do a sketch every Monday at 4 o'clock, where I have my tea and do a quick sketch, and it's 20 minutes. Because I really feel like you don't need to sit down and start a big old canvas, which is awesome, but you may not have time to do a big old canvas. And if flowers aren't your thing, you can think of like maybe do fruit, or go collect some leaves, or even do, you know, toys, or really anything, and just do a little contour sketch of those. All right, where else? Where else should I add a little bit of white? Not too much. See, I'm not adding a ton. I'm just doing a little bit. Little bits. That's it. So that was wet. So you just definitely want to make sure that it's dry when you use the Signo. And then you could go in, I could even go in again with my Tombows. Like I could go in and add a little bit of, you know, value to here if I really wanted to. I'm probably not, just because I want to really encourage you to know that this is a 20-minute job. Or it could be a 2-hour job. It's totally up to you. All right, I'm gonna flip me around so I can finish chatting with you. Let's see. And I think we were the right side. There's my studio for anybody who hasn't seen my studio. It's always beautiful this time of year with, whoopsie, with the palm trees and the big fuchsia plant and things like that. All right, so, but hold on. There we go. All right, I hope you guys like that little thing. And, oh, Bonnie, don't worry about it. The replay, let's see how crazy I look. The replay will go up, yeah, not good look. The replay will go up right after. It will go up right after, and I'll put it in YouTube. But so, here's our little sketch. And now, I don't want anybody to watch that and think, oh, I can't do that. I want you to think differently, okay? We're gonna do a little mindset work, little mindset reset. And before I go, I want you to think of, it's all about actually the time you're spending. So when I'm sitting here, even though I'm talking to you, there's something about just the flow of the marker and the water, and how the water brings the paint together, and how I'm looking right before my eyes, how the water changes the color. I'm looking right before my eyes that I have now taken something out of nothing with my lovely art supplies. Often we judge ourselves and we think, oh, that's not good, or that's off, or I don't like that, or any of that, all of that stuff. But if we can, as we grow into our artist life and our creative life, I want you to just try to keep remembering what it felt like to actually do the thing, rather than what it looks like when you're done. Because if you don't like what it looks like when you're done, there's so many things you can do with that. Cut it up, collage with it, stick it in your scrap pile, turn it upside down, make it abstract, add paint all over it, cut it into little strips. Like, there's just so many things. Or you just kind of discard it and be like, that was fun, but, or not. But it really is just completely about the process. And even yesterday, I went on an artist date, which I'm going to post. I went on an artist date and I was like, this is not looking good. But I had so much fun. I went down to the river. I had these kids coming up to me, asking me where the bridge was that they could jump off of. And I was like, I don't think you guys should be, they were like 14. I'm like, I don't think you guys should be jumping off the bridge. She's like, well, can you just tell me where the nearest bridge is so we can jump? I was like, please don't jump. Your mom's not gonna be happy about that. I had people telling me about, just walking by me, telling me about like the different flowers, and the whole time was awesome. And I didn't love my sketch, and that's okay. And so, if you're new to my world, you'll hear me say that now. And if you've been with me for years, which I really appreciate you so much, you know that we've all grown as artists because we don't worry so much about the outcome. It really is carving time for yourself to be more creative will make you feel better. And when you feel better, you then, it's like a ripple effect. You take care of people better, you love on people better, and you're less stressed. It's a 100% scientific fact. So I wanted to share that again. Let me know in the comments if you're sick of me talking about that, but it is so, so true because it did happen to me. I started drawing every day. Let's see, it was right before I quit my job. So when I was 49, I would count down for my birthday at 50, which was a big deal. I drew every day a flower, and then that turned into pretty much my life story as you know it now of running my own business. And anyway, that's that. All right, so it's happy June. I'm off to Ireland next week. I promise there will be another live Zoom workshop coming. It's not like the next couple weeks, but it will be either the end of July or early August. I promise, promise, promise. I would also love to hear what you guys would like me to teach. And if you like this live, let me know. I would love to know because I'll do more of them. Now I figured out how to get back on the live. And like I said in the beginning, if you're just hopping on now, the replay will stay live in Facebook for 1 month, 30 days. That's all they're doing while, you know, that's happening. I'll put it on YouTube and I'll share that link. And I really encourage you, no matter what art group you're in, to like and just let people know how great they're doing, and you know, just give them a little encouragement. Some people are posting for the very first time and they're really, really nervous and they're shy, and no one's putting a heart or a like or it's great. And I think it would be so, so good if you guys could do that. And Christina, yes, I want to come to Austria. She's in a beautiful part of the world. I will be close to you in September. I will be in, I'll be in a lot of places in September. I can't wait, but not Austria. But I will promise one day. Anyway, all right, you guys, I love you. Mwah! Thank you for coming and hanging out with me on Saturday. And I encourage you, okay, to do this little fun sketch with some little fun markers and have fun. Okay. Mwah. Talk to you soon.